What's up, y'all? Y'all already know what it is. It's your true boo, and you're watching Frame by Frame, the real deal in the movie world. Your hit movie entertainment show all over the world. And today I got a very special show for you all, okay? Today we have a very special guest, Mr. Eugene Williams. He wrote the book Bianca, and then they did a movie about Bianca. So I went and I premiered that at the Star Theater. Shout out to Arte Films and everybody over there at Bianca the movie. But today we have Mr. Eugene Williams on the show, and he's going to talk to us about the book Bianca, how it became about, because as you know, the book is based on a true story about a girl who was molested in the church. A very touchy subject, right? You know, one I'm sure that a lot of you watching can relate to. A very, very tender, touchy subject. Because when you mention church and molestation, they don't even go together, right? You don't even want to ever mention those two words in the same sentence. But you know, the truth is the truth, and the real is the real, and the facts are facts. And today we're talking facts. We're talking to Mr. Eugene Williams from Payroll Publishing about his hit book Bianca. I mean, the book was a hit all around here in Detroit. It was a bestseller all in New York. You know, it's been a big deal about the book, and so now they've done a movie about it. Everybody's been anxious to see how they're going to get such a touchy subject into a movie, right? And I premiered it at the Star, and I'm going to tell y'all about it. But today we're going to talk to Eugene about the book, how it became about, you know, how he wrote such a dramatic book. And I must say, it's a great read. I love the book, but it's a hard read, I'm telling you. You know, you read it and you have to stop. You're like, you know, really? Are you serious? This is what you're saying to yourself through the whole book? Because it's like, no, stop it. It's too much, right? But it's real, and it happens every day. And if you've been a victim, or you know someone that's been a victim, we will have information on the breaks for you. Numbers for you to call if you ever have been a victim of any type of violence or molestation crime. And I'm so happy that you all tuned in, and y'all know we gonna be gossiping today. We talking in True's world, right? We're gonna talk about this Oscar mess, okay? And all of this hoopla that's going on. You know, y'all saw it. Jada, she said, boycott, right? The hell with the Oscars. I don't want to see nothing. Y'all didn't get my baby in the water, I'm going to cut. You know, Jada was peed off, baby. You know, Jada Pinkett, she don't usually say a whole lot, but baby, she had a lot to say this time, you know, because Will didn't get a nomination or an award for concussion, right? You know, Jada's going ham. You know, then we even saw Snoop Dogg. Y'all saw his video, right? So everybody over there is in Hollywood that they're ready to cut the Oscars. They back at it again. I mean, come on. How long have the Oscars been this way? How long have we been saying boycott the Oscars? Oh, they're not celebrating us. I mean, it wasn't meant to celebrate us, okay? It wasn't. Just like some things with the Black Lives Matters, Black History Month, all the things we do for ourselves, they're not meant to celebrate the other person, right? Or the other race, or however you want to put it. So, you know, we have something for ourselves. So, hey, maybe they want something for themselves. I don't know. I'm going to need y'all to interact with me. Go to the page, you know, talk to us, let us know what you think. About that Oscar mess, you know, but we're going to come right back, and we're going to talk to my friend Eugene Williams from Payroll Publishing. Y'all already know what it is. It's your #1 brand ambassador in the world, True Boo, True Johnson. And you're watching Frame by Frame.
There was a child molested at the school. And then there were several more children who came forward who said that they were also molested.
I want you to do to him what you do with me.
But why?
Because I told you to. And you always do what you're supposed to when you're told.
Alright. didn't question it at all.
I was a man of God. You always just did what you were told. I didn't really think it was a bad thing back then.
I'm talking to you. My mama and my brother might be scared of you, but I'm not.
I think you too old to get knocked upside your damn head.
You crazy.
Don't call me crazy.
If I ever catch you around here again, you're gonna have no teeth to talk with.
This family is cursed.
You ask him anything, I swear to God I'll make your life a living hell.
That lion ain't gonna get you nowhere but out on the streets.
But Mom, he touched me.
You put your hands on me? I told you I was gonna die.
Frame by frame, what's up, y'all? Y'all already know what it is. And if you don't, it's your #1 brand ambassador in the whole world, True Johnson, your true boo. That's right. And you have tuned in to another wonderful episode of Frame by Frame, your #1 film show in all the world. The real deal, baby. We give you the real deal. And today I have a very special guest here with me, Mr. Eugene Williams, the writer of the book Bianca. What's up, Gene?
What's up?
How you doing today?
Everything beautiful.
Everything is beautiful. Thank you so much for being here on the show.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate it.
we're going to talk to Eugene today about his independent film. You said you're working on something called
Boss Status.
Boss Status.
Our first film from
Okay.
Payroll Publishing.
Mhm.
It's a Payroll Publishing film based on a book by Dallas Brooks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And talk to us about that.
All right. Well, this book, the story is set in Pontiac, and it's about a guy coming out of Pontiac Northern High and getting caught up in the streets, and then he just fell in love with the streets, and he wanted to become a boss,
Right.
reach
right.
boss status.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a real intense story.
So it's a gangster flick, right?
Yeah, it's gangster.
Okay.
It's about as gangster
We
as
love
gonna get.
gangster movies, y'all. Y'all know True Johnson, baby. I keep it real, y'all. Don't play around. We love, we love gangster movies. And Payroll Publishing, y'all. I'm telling you, y'all already know what it is. Y'all tell them how they can find you on Facebook, Jim.
It's, we Payroll Publishing on Facebook
Oh, okay.
or payrollpublishing.com.
Right.
Payroll Publishing Instagram, everything.
Okay.
With
Okay.
all the links. Payroll
Okay.
Publishing.
So the movie Boss Status was actually a book first.
Yeah, it was a book first.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And did you write that?
Nope, I didn't write that one. That was Dallas Brooks.
Dallas Brooks.
He had he got 3 books with us right now, and the 4th is coming. It'll be 2016.
Oh.
So, he been on Payroll Publishing for about 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna kick our first film off with his book.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me a little bit about how you got into your own publishing company.
Well, I started writing. I wrote my first book. It was called 10 G's a Week.
I need that. What?
$10,000 every week. This was a true story.
Ooh.
It's my autobiography. It's
Okay.
the first part of my autobiography.
Loan me some money. You done made 10 G's a week. I'm finna hit this guy up, y'all. So it was an autobiography?
Yeah, it was my autobiography. A lot going on with it. This Bianca book spit out of that story.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote that book in my basement with no training whatsoever. Didn't even know how to write.
Right.
I figured it's a blueprint somewhere. So I looked around. I had a couple books.
Yeah.
That I was reading on, so like a Michael Baisden or something.
Yeah, okay.
And I think I had a Sister Soldier book.
Yeah.
So I looked at them, the way that they put their book together, and they was kind of similar.
Yeah.
So I put the book together that way.
Wow.
And from that book came other
10
books,
G's a week.
and came other authors or
Wow.
people came in and say, will you publish my book for me?
Yes.
How can I get on payroll publishing?
Right.
And it started from there, but it
Just
started
think
in my basement.
Wow.
I had absolutely no training. I went to college a little later, but I started, I didn't even have no money at that time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I couldn't even, I couldn't even print the book up.
What?
Actually, yeah.
How did you get it printed?
Well, after I typed it up, I had to sell my computer
Oh, had to make some
to
sacrifices.
go to print. You know, so I sold the computer and I went to print, so now I got books, and
That's
so
right, but
I
you
had
go
to get out here and
hello,
and
make
sell
it
the book.
happen.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what we do in Detroit, baby. You know, when we take nothing and make it into something. And here's a prime example of a Detroit diamond, showing you how he started in his basement from books. Now he's moved on to his own independent films. So talk to us a little more about Boss Status, the film.
Our Boss Status, the film, is we're casting it now.
Okay.
We're still looking for people
Okay.
to fill the roles, especially the main character. The main character is called Pusher.
Oh.
His name Deon Tate, aka Pusher. We haven't casted him yet, so
Okay.
we still looking. We probably have to have another casting call. We had 2 already,
Right.
and with success.
No
you know,
doubt.
we get good people out of these casting calls.
Great.
Yeah.
Now tell the audience how they can contact you for the call.
We post everything on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay. So they can go to your payroll publishing?
It'll be better to go to Facebook and Instagram for that casting
Okay.
call.
Okay, so
Yeah.
but when they go to Facebook, they're going to go to your payroll publishing page.
Payroll publishing page
Okay.
on Facebook or Instagram,
All right,
and everything will be right there.
no doubt.
Yeah. Every
Payroll
time something
publishing.
come up, we post it there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Payroll publishing on Instagram or Facebook. Y'all heard that. Now, talk to me a little bit, Gene, about sometimes how difficult it can be to find the right actors for your project.
Wow, well, that it's a challenge.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, and especially because we have a campaign right now called All New Faces.
Oh,
So we're going to work with everybody new.
Local.
It's
That's
going
right.
to be fresh faces,
That's beautiful.
new stories.
Up-and-coming people.
So the stream through,
Mhm.
because a lot of people come in with absolutely never act before,
Exactly.
not even in the play, nothing. They just
Okay.
come in raw,
Right.
off the street.
Yeah,
So
that's challenging.
yeah,
Yeah, I already trust
It is,
me.
it is.
Yes, that can be challenging because a lot of people don't realize, you know, it's one thing to write the story, but to actually find the people, the right people to come along and make your story come alive. It's something completely different. So, you know, a lot of times when people are on the outside looking in and they think, you know, you just got a quick story together and these people just got together and made this happen, y'all, it don't work like that. It take blood, sweat, and tears to get these things into existence. So y'all heard it, my boy Eugene, he's looking for actors, especially actors and actresses to fill the main roles of this Boss Status movie. Okay, and y'all can find him at Payroll Publishing on Instagram, Payroll Publishing on Facebook. And let me talk to you about this, okay? I mean, y'all see it, you know what it is. It's Bianca, right? And this book, I've read the book, and it's an excellent read, okay? And, you know, what people don't understand is that the topic of molestation, because just to give you a little bit of background about the book, because I know y'all looking like, dang, what happened to her, right? She didn't get cut up and carrying on, you know. But the book talks about molestation within the church. So that's a subject that a lot of people don't like to talk about, but it's real. It's real with young men and young women. You know what I'm saying? And it's serious. So this book, you know, Gene, talk to us about how it became a movie.
the book became a movie strictly due to the sales, because the story was impacting people tremendously.
Yes.
It's been out for a minute,
Yes.
a few years, and this is our #1 selling book right here. And I really didn't think this was going to be the case
Right,
when I first
right.
wrote the book,
Yeah.
but
What sparked you to write the book?
this book happened after I wrote my first book. A friend of mine, Bianca, we used to go to church together, same church in the book.
Right.
So when she heard about my first book, she contacted me. She said, I have a story. And she said, I want you to write my book for me. Can you help?
Yes.
I said, okay, well, tell me the story.
Right.
She told me the story over the phone.
How did you feel?
Blew my mind. I'm like, oh my God, are you serious?
Right.
We talked about this. It was like 3 nights in a row, all night. We talked about her life. And at that time, she had moved to Florida. She was from Detroit. Was living in Detroit, had moved back to Florida. Yeah. So I said, okay, we doing it. Got a flight, flew right out there, and we interviewed.
Made it happen.
Yeah, it took like a week. It was real intense. I mean, like her giving me the story. I mean, it took like she was spilling out her soul.
I bet it did.
Crying. I mean, we crying like all day, going through. It was deep.
I know it was.
But to be able to capture that, somehow I was able to capture that emotion, and the emotion is in the book.
Yes.
And when the reader read it, they feel the same way. I mean, it was like the response I get, the emails and the calls I get, it's like, oh my, I couldn't even finish it. I couldn't even get it. I was crying in the beginning, over and over, person after person after person. They all said the same thing, like this book really touched me, and I've been through this before.
How did it change you as a person to write a story like that?
Did it change me? Well,
how did it make you feel?
The story was sad as I don't know what. I mean, it really hurt me.
Yes.
And then to actually come from there, because I came from the same place she came from.
Yes.
You know, we kind of grew up together a little bit.
Right.
And for me not to know that had happened to her, to hear things. I mean,
right,
people
to be
used
around and not know.
Exactly.
Yes.
People used to say she was crazy. Like, she's kind of crazy, you know. And especially when the cut situation happened.
Right.
Yeah, well, this girl done lost her mind.
Exactly.
You know? But I really didn't know. And at that time, I was living the 10 G's a week fantasy and life that I had created for myself. I was living it at the time. Right. Then I was feared, and everybody would say, you know, she done flipped out. But that really wasn't the case. She was drove to that. So we put the book together. All hell broke loose after we put the book together. Not the church, the whole church. Whole church come after me now.
How did that work? Because I know them sisters, baby, them pastors and them deacons, they wanted to cut Eugene. I know they did. Because I'm telling y'all, listen. Because, first of all, I think somebody stole my book. Because I was looking for my book all night and I couldn't find it.
That happened to everybody.
I'm telling you, when you get the book, don't lay it down, okay?
You can't let nobody borrow it.
You can't, because you're not getting it back. And this cover, how did you come up with this? It just speaks volumes. How did you do that?
The cover is a scene out of the book.
Okay.
This is an actual.
It sure is.
It's an actual scene. When she woke up with 136 cuts on her body, and not even able to remember how this happened and who did this to me.
So it was inspired by young women and young men out there that have been violated. You know, because you will be surprised how many Biancas there are. Okay, you know, and I just want to say to the Biancas out there to stay strong, and that, you know, if you have been hurt, we're going to run something at the end of the show, a number for you to call where you can find someone to talk to, where you can report your abuse to, okay? We're here to help you. You know, frame by frame, we love you. And, you know, the thing is, it's not talked about. But people, you know, and then like you said, people thought she was crazy. Yeah. You know, and the problem is a lot of times when young girls and young babies go to their parents, they're not believed. People like, oh, you crazy, oh, I don't believe you. So, you know, to the mothers out there, if your child come to you and they tell you something, whether you think they lying or not, check it out. Do you understand me? Young women out here, don't leave your babies with your boyfriend or a friend of a friend. You got to watch these kids out here. And you can't think because a person is in the pulpit or wearing churchly garments that they're a priest or someone who is just a saint. Okay, because let me tell you, the devil go to church too. Okay, matter of fact, he lived there, if you didn't know. So, you know, it's just such a touchy subject. And I noticed too, E, that on Facebook, they got a campaign running called I Am Bianca.
Yeah,
Talk to me about that.
hashtag I Am Bianca.
Yeah.
That's the campaign Arte Productions put together.
Arte Production?
Uh-huh,
Okay,
yeah,
is that the guy who's directing it?
Arte Productions is a production company.
Okay.
They're a whole company.
Mm. Okay.
And they partnered with me to bring this film, bring the book to a film. And, so the campaign is for abused men or women,
That's right.
young or it don't matter the age, but they bring awareness to any kind of abuse, domestic, sexual, verbal, any kind of abuse that you have suffered.
That's right.
You know, you can go on the hashtag I Am Bianca.
Right.
And there will be a lot of information there and a lot of support groups that help people
I love that.
get
I
through.
saw that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Y'all heard it. It's hashtag I Am Bianca. You know, if you want to finally get something off your chest and let people know what happened to you, we want to let you know that there are others out there like you who have spoke up just because of this project, Gene. So, I mean, I just want to commend you as a person, as a publishing company, you know, as a writer for, you know, having the courage to bring such a story alive. And then coming from a male, you know, a lot of time, because a lot of time people think for some reason it's only girls who get molested, you know, but it's girls and boys.
Yeah, it's both. And that's a situation in the book too. That how it was both. It wasn't just her.
Oh my
it
God.
was.
Yes, the little boy.
Yeah,
Man,
boys
I'm
too.
telling you, that
Yeah.
book had me on 10. Let me just tell you that first. I just want to beat you down for that because that book had me on 10. First, I had to put it down for a minute because it was so much. Like, I mean, you know, it literally takes you to a place that's hard to come from. You hear me? You see someone in church touching or hurting a child, and then you got people around who don't believe you. That makes you even more upset, you know?
Well, coming from that church, the church had such a strong grip on everybody's mind.
Right.
And you trusted your
church.
pastor
That's
and
right.
your bishop and everybody in there. You trust them with your life, and you never would think that they would do anything to your family.
Exactly. Now let me ask, since you mentioned that, how did that affect, because we talked about that, right? That the church, and you heard what he said, the church had a strong hold on the members' mind. You coming up, how did that affect you as a person, realizing that the people you trusted in the church had violated people that way? How did that affect you?
Oh, it crushed me. But I had situations with the church of my own. It was more financial. It was a misconduct of money, and money that I was given, and something that was promised back to me that didn't happen. And that right there had kind of broke my trust a little bit.
Yes.
But then when this happened, it just totally, I totally quit the church.
Yes.
And then when they found out about the book, so now the beef started. Now they attack, you know, they tell everybody, don't buy his book, you know, don't support him. He can't come back in here no more. Everything he says is a lie. You know, we went through all that. And I got family, and the killer part is I got family
in the church
that go there, you know. I went there too,
right.
You know. So lost all of them. They all gone. You know, it'll never be the same again. Because they still there now. They don't
they
really,
still in that same church.
Man, it's hard to let that go.
I'm sure it is.
And especially with somebody telling you, you know, if you leave here, you destined to go to hell.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's a scary thing.
It's very scary, man. And you know, the crazy part is just to touch on what Gene said about the church having a strong hold on people's mind, and how, you know, the level of his trust being violated crushed him. And I am there with him 100%, because that is the reason why a lot of our young people don't go to church. Shout out to y'all. What's up? We back. And it's that time that we all dread, the time that it is to go, right? It's time for your true boo to go. And, you know, we're going to go to an hour soon because I know you can't get enough of your favorite film show in all the world. And I hope that you enjoyed that interview with Mr. Eugene Williams, right? Talking about the movie Bianca, about the book, how it became about. It was very emotional, y'all. You know, some subjects like that just really touch me in here. And I know that there's some people out there who can relate to some of the things that was said tonight, right? I mean, I'm sure it probably really touched a place. So if you're that somebody, you need someone to talk to, you can go to the Facebook page, Bianca the Movie, or I Am Bianca the campaign, or after the show, we're going to run a phone number for you, right? Shout out to Mr. Randy Holloway over there at Arte Films, all of the family over there, and all of the actors and actresses on that project, right? Especially the little girl, Bianca. She's such a sweetheart, and she kind of reminded me of like a Detroit Rudy. y'all remember Rudy, right? She grew up with those little pigtails, because the little girl, little Bianca, in real life, she has those little pigtails, right? But she was so talented. And this little girl, she's only 10 years old, and she's going places. Shout out to her and all of the people on the project, right? Eugene for bringing this story to life in a book, giving them something to put in a film. And, you know, we're going to talk to Will Smith about the movie Concussion. We're going to look back at his career and look at him as an actor, you know, crossover from his music and all that he does, right? Because we love to do the throwback. So we're going to do a throwback on Will. We're going to start with Concussion. You know, we're going to go back to some of his films and see if, you know, well, let me know what y'all think. Do you think his he should have got an Oscar? Or he should have been nominated, okay? But I just want you to remember one thing. It's your fans that validate you. It's not the Oscars, really. You got to think about it, because it's just an award. It's something you hold in your hand. But what you hold in here stays for life, right? So it's like we got to learn to be celebrated in ourselves. I mean, Jada, you've had a great career. From when you did that movie with Keenan Ivory Wayans, baby, when you was doing your little stuff. Y'all remember Jada Pinkett in that movie, right? You've had a great career, longevity. Will's had a great career, longevity. You know, why spoil it with something like boycotting the Oscars? You feel me? Just because you know, a little upset. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think that we're making too much of it, right? And so, how about the Frame by Frame Awards, right? We'll give you a Frame by Frame Oscar. Hello, Frame by Frame. We'll look at all of the movies you've done. We'll crown you Victorian, and you the jump, right? You all of that. So shout out to everybody who didn't get nominated but should have gotten nominated. We as your fans nominate you in our hearts. When we go and see your movies, when we watch your throwbacks over and over again, you're our favorite. That's what really matters, right? Be celebrated with the people who make you, because it's not the Oscars who make you, it's your fans. So shout out to you guys. We love you. Shout out to you all for watching Frame by Frame, the real deal in the movie world, where you get the truth about what's going on in the film world, right? Shout out to all the up-and-coming inspiring directors, you know, producers, everybody putting stuff together out there. And shout out to you guys all. Most of all, I love you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you back here next week, same time. And don't forget, we gonna be gossiping, y'all, in True's world, and I'm gone.